Alrighty, time for another 4-on-4 team draft using the MTGO cube. Let's go. Let's crack this pack and... Shieldred? Mox Diamond? Snapcaster Mage, I suppose. Alright, so it is myself, Luis Salvado, Sandy Dog, and Ick. Ooh, nice little squad. All server stalwarts. Battling against Austin Bursavich, Masapo, Slade, and Quiniac. Alright, we got a good squad here. So 4-on-4, and I guess I should just take Shieldred. Shieldred's a great card. Mox Diamond's also good. Honestly, I'm lower on Shieldred than I used to be, and about the same on Mox Diamond. But I still think Shieldred's a fine pickup. The Monke is passing to me. Mandrillman, Masapo, almost always drafts combo, just to keep that in mind. So that makes Shieldred a little bit less appealing, but I still think it's a fine pick. And then now there's a Minskin Boo. Duress, Wooded Foothills. I wish I took Mox Diamond. Wrong again. No, I do, because I'm going to take Minskin Boo here, and I would rather have Mox in a Minskin Boo than Shieldred in a Minskin Boo. Would I rather have an Accelerate in a busted 4-drop or two good 4-drops in different colors? But I still don't really want to pass it. Passing a Wooded Foothills, a Duress, a Preordain. Cauldron Complete is here, worth noting. And then this pack's got Lumberjack, Generous Ent, 6. Lumberjack is a card I'm much higher on than I used to be. I just think red-green is great. Honestly, I think I'm just going to take it. I just think this card, even though it wheels a lot of the time, it's really important and could just be like a Jund deck. Could move off of Shieldred, like I mentioned. Masapo drafts a lot of combo. Like artifacts, blue-black, that sort of thing. Blue-red. So I think red-green is going to be open. Yeah, I mean, the alternative is take Generous Ent or 6, and I think that they're both good, but I think Lumberjack is going to be better. The thing is, I have the best red-green card in the cube and a really strong reason to want to be red-green, so I think it makes sense. Here, this pack's just kind of bad. Like, the best card in the pack is, I think, Bone Shards, followed by, like, No More Lies, and I'm not really in a great position to take either. I could take Escape to the Wilds, or I could take Shifting Woodland if I wanted to stay kind of on this course. I'll just take Escape to the Wilds. That card does come back a decent amount. Oh, now Uro. I mean, at this point, the Shieldred maybe can go. The problem is, Avacyn's Pilgrim is not a great fixer for red-green. It could be. It's okay. It's not amazing. I'm actually a pretty big Uro fan in general, and I could be like a ramp deck here. There's also a Fabled Passage. I haven't really gotten past a ton of black cards, so I don't mind moving away from that. Well, I'm going to take the Atroxa here. Wow, there's also a Xander's Lounge and a Hedge Maze and a Tracker. But Atroxa is by far the best card in the pack, and I could be set up for Natural Order. Who knows? Maybe this Shieldred still makes it in. Maybe I'm just like 5-color ramp. So now the question is, do I want Underground Mortuary, White of the Reliquary, or Elvish Mystic? I don't think I want Goldspan. It is really good with Orcish Lumberjack, but I'm looking to be a slightly different deck now. Maybe. Kind of wish I took Generous Ent over Lumberjack. Maybe. I don't know. I could still just be kind of a ramp deck here. Probably just want Elvish Mystic. It's okay. The 1-drops that tap for like Noble, Birds, Ignoble are the best. That tap for all the colors, or Delighted Halfling. But Elvish Mystic is still good, and I still could easily just be like close to straight red-green here. Kind of depends. Could be a sneak deck now that I have this Atroxa. We'll have to see what comes across our path here. Mind Twist, kind of a combo with Lumberjack, but I don't even like sacking a land to Mind Twist them. It's not even like the most amazing thing. I'm going to take Spire Bluff. If I play Uro, it's going to be nice. I don't think Nissa is very good. It hits Elf or Elemental. I guess I have an Elf, and that's it so far. All right, well, I'll still take Spire Bluff, I think. Now let's pick 8. So, an okay start. Definitely Mox Diamond would have been nicer given the circumstances, but I still would probably still just take Shieldred again. The one wrinkle is that the person passing to me plays black a lot, but even then, I just think Shieldred's pretty good. Right now, it's, I think, less likely to play Shieldred than not, but it'll depend a lot on what kind of fixing I get. Oh, Bayou is nice. Oh, Once Upon a Time is broken. I'll just take that. I do like Satyr Wayfinder a lot, though. It's really good with Uro. I still think Once Upon a Time is good enough. Even though Bayou also is not a bad one. Oh, I like Sentinel a lot. All right, I'll just take that. This is leading me back towards red-green, which I think is fine. It's a good place to be. Maybe Teamer, I don't know. Well, the Generous End came back anyway, so did the Raging Ravine. At this point, I'm liking End more than Ravine. I just think the extra fixing is good, and you can definitely cast it. There's also a World Spine Worm. If I had Sneak or Breach, I'd be more inclined. Obviously, if I had Flash, I would take it. I don't like passing Worm just because it ends up in a lot of the decks I like to draft, but I think a Generous End is going to be quite strong here, so I would like to have access to it. And no real way to cheat Atroxa, and I could take Show and Tell, but I might just take Knight of the Reliquary. That's also a way to cast Atroxa, and this looks like a potential Knight of the Reliquary deck. 2 late black cards here, but I don't think I'm that likely to play. Oh, I'm more likely to play Knight now. Well, green seems open, and I think I'll take Dress Down. Kroxa I just haven't found to be that great a card, so I don't mind passing it, and Dress Down is typically good against the decks that I'm playing. Okay. I mean, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Generous End, Once Upon a Time, these all wield. Oh, White of the Reliquary is not a 0 in this kind of deck. We'll see where we end up. This pack is not great for me. Because like the 3 best cards in the pack are like Felia, Fire Covenant, Psychic Frog. I think I'm supposed to just take Noble Hierarch here, though. I like Fire Covenant a lot. Maybe I should take... You know what? I'm going to take Fire Covenant. I think I will want to splash black. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Maybe I even get the Shieldred back in. It shores up the weaknesses these kind of decks have a lot, which is just like... It's if I could only have one removal spell in my deck, Fire Covenant's the perfect one. It kills all their creatures, right? And I don't think Noble's going to wheel. I'm not crazy, but I think Llanowar Elves has a pretty good chance too. All right. We'll take the Fire Covenant. And then now I'll just take Gut. Gut, I think, works really nicely with a lot of the cards I have. Over Asika's Chariot and Endurance, both of which I wouldn't mind picking up later. All right, Knight of the Reliquary, I'm taking out for the moment. I don't have the lands for that. Honestly, I don't have the lands for Uro either. And Atroxa, that'll depend mostly on whether I get ways to cheat it into play. I'm not averse to playing Atroxa in a deck that can only cast it, but that wouldn't be my first choice. Oh, baby, this pack is great for me. Cradle, Birds, Ignoble. I think it's pretty clear I'm supposed to take Birds here because even though Ignoble would be perfect because I'm kind of Jundy, I have Uro and Atroxa, and Birds makes it more likely I'll play both those. Plus, Cradle might wheel. Like, green has seemed open in both directions. It's a pretty heavily green card. I kind of feel like Ignoble isn't likely to wheel because at some point you just hate the card. It's a lot better than the rest of the pack, but I don't know. There's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Oh, and there's the Natural Order. Oh, this is going perfectly. I haven't even looked at the rest of the pack. It's all Jeskai cards. Great. They can take all the Jeskai cards. This looks like a great Natural Order deck. Okay, I like where we're headed now. All right, and this pack, there's a Mana Leak, which I don't love passing, but I kind of think Zeotor's Proving Ground is going to be too important for this deck. I can find it with Generous End. Could even get it with like White of the Reliquary, and I'm going to want to be Jund here. Wheel of Fortune is okay, but honestly, I'd rather just play a proactive card. I'm not the biggest fan of Wheel in this kind of deck. Like, you may have seen me play it in a mono red deck last week or a couple days ago, and it was okay there, but wasn't even that great. And this is the exact kind of deck where I would rather cast any 3-drop like Sentinel or Gut or Lelia than cast a Wheel. I'd rather just put a card into play that's good for me because this deck doesn't quite have the mana to use Wheel. It doesn't have like a Hull Breacher. Wheel is best with combos like that or in decks with like LED Lotus sort of thing. That's more what I'm looking at. In here, you know, it might surprise you, but I don't think this is the best green card in this pack. I think that honor belongs to Fanatic of Ronus. I've gotten really impressed with this card. It does a couple things. One, 2 mana 1/4 that taps for a green is pretty big. It doesn't get bolted very easily. It can block well. It can also sometimes tap for 4 mana, which is busted. Imagine turn 2 Fanatic, turn 3 Minsk, and then if they don't kill one of those 2 things, next turn this taps for 4, can cast anything. And you can get it back from the graveyard. It's just such a good Natural Order enabler. So I'm going to take Fanatic here. And then I'm just going to take Stomping Ground. A red-green duel. I mean, you got Lumberjack in your deck. Got to play that card. And Lumberjack's going to be awesome here. So the Uro is not looking that great here. But I'm going to take Stomping Ground over Mishra's Bauble, Paw Patch, Recruit. Those are both fine cards. And here, Black Cleave Cliffs, kind of hard to get away from. Territorial Kavu doesn't look like the best here. I only have 3 types of mana right now, and same with Omnath. If I was in the same position but I had 2 fetch lands and like another duel, then yes, that'd be a very different animal. These are a lot better. Black Cleave Cliffs is kind of medium. Same with Leyline Binding. It's the same argument applies to all 3 of these cards. It's kind of unfortunate. And I don't think I want Meticulous Archive, so I will just take the Black Cleave Cliffs. Plus, if I end up being able to put White of the Reliquary in my deck, I will be happy. And now there's Llanowar Elves, which I think I'm just going to take to go with all my acceleration and natural order. I mean, Temple Garden would be nice. Same with Watery Grave, but all right. This is the pack here where there was an Ignoble, a Birds, and a Gaia's Cradle. I think this is this pack. I would really like to wheel that Cradle. This is looking like a really nice Gaia's Cradle deck. Obviously, Ignoble would be better, but I just don't think that's going to come back. Gaia's Cradle could definitely come back. Here's my category for fetch lands. No. I guess there's Elvish Reclaimer or Hate Sunfall. I think I'm just going to Hate Sunfall. I don't have enough fetch lands for Elvish Reclaimer, and I'll pass Masapo a bunch of combo cards. Oh, this was the pack. I can tell because Gaia's Cradle, isn't it? All right, slamming. Now I kind of wish I took Elvish Reclaimer. I still don't like that card that much, and I have White of the Reliquary. That's the card you want. Okay, can I get a Malevolent Rumble? Is that too much to ask for? That's definitely not too much to ask for. Too much to ask for would be like a Mox Emerald. Malevolent Rumble, though, easy. Just take a duel. The rest of these cards aren't that good. And going into pack 3, I'm at like 24 lands, so I only need like 6 playables. Oh, Huatli actually looks like a card I would run. Yeah, definitely. Just good with natural order, can fix my mana, though I think the Uro's probably not making the cut. And if the mana works out, Shieldred might get in there. It's not looking ideal. I'll take Stern Scolding and pass Mind Stone, I think. Last pick, Oath of Druids. All right. Pack 3 time. Let's go. There's an Animate Dead here. I don't mind that. There's also a Reanimate, obviously, but Animate Dead is the better one. Just doesn't cost you life. Yeah, I mean, I have ways to get cards into the graveyard. No, actually, I don't really have great. I have Sentinel map tokens, but mostly it's just a good value card. And if I do end up getting a discard outlet or something, might get a little bit more value. Plus, what would I take if I weren't taking an Animate spell? Primetime is going to wheel, and maybe I'll play it, maybe not. Prismatic Vista is good. That would be the alternative, but I think Animate Dead is enough better. This pack has a 4th Eorlingus and an Arid Mesa, and I guess a Grist and a Woodfall Primus, but oh man, Arid Mesa is so good, but so is 4th Eorlingus. I guess I'll take 4th Eorlingus and try to pick up a way to cast it, shall we? Here, oh, this is the pack where I'd like to take a land. There's Toxic Deluge. There's a Sowing Mycospawn. Maybe I'll just take Mycospawn. It can go get Cradle. Can go to other colors. It is a pretty reasonable card. I can tap for colorless. Can I? No. No, I guess not. I don't have colorless lands yet. I don't care about Vengevine. Don't care about Tameo. All right. Yeah, Mycospawn seems fine. There's also just taking Firebolt. I don't have much removal. Yeah, I'd rather just take Mycospawn. I want all creatures in my deck if I can get there. All right, Bloodstained Mire. We're doing it. Sorry, Through the Breach. Overgrown Tomb. Well, Overgrown Tomb's just worse than Bloodstained Mire, so that's not very close. I just need a fetch land so badly here that I will be taking it. We're not getting any Moxes, so fetch land's going to be our best bet here. All right, here I think I'm going to have to hate a Fracture Identity. Oliphant would be nice here, but I picked up a Mire, so I have Generous Scent, Bloodstained Mire as 2 ways to go get Stomping Ground and Proving Ground. All the grounds. I just think Fractured is a really good card and will also mess me up really badly, so I'll take that. And then here we've got a Magda, Delighted Halfling, Jace. Don't care about passing that too much. I think I'm just going to take Delighted Halfling. Looks pretty great in this deck. Can cast, well, can't cast 4th Eorlingus, but can cast Atroxa, Shieldred, Minsk and Boo at any color. And in this Cradle deck, I'm just going to play as many 1-drops as I can get. Ooh, on the other hand, though, we Crabbin? Just pick 7? I think I can afford double black. Crab is really nice. Do I have any artifacts? I guess I have map tokens. That doesn't really do anything. Outland Liberator is the other option, but I don't think Outland Liberator is amazing. I think it's just fine. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to get another Reliquary in, I don't think. The Spire Bluff Canal helps to cast Atraxa. It's not nothing, but a tap land is kind of bad. Oh, there's a Badlands and a Commercial District here, huh? Badlands... No, it's going to be Commercial District. If one of these was a green land, like if this was a taiga or bayou, I know we've seen literal bayou, but like, I guess we've already also seen overgrown tomb. In any case, if this is an untapped green land, I would consider it, but having a scry land or surveil land is really nice, and I don't think I need a Badlands that badly. Like, it's not like it makes Bloodstained Mire all that much better. We're not going to play Eureka. Oh, I actually will play Shadowy Backstreet as a land that can cast 4 Theorlingus that I can also fetch. Oh, or I could play Elegant Parlor. Huh. I guess Elegant Parlor is probably better. I would imagine, though. Maybe it's better to have both my off-color lands in one. Again, green-white I would take over either of these, but I actually think I want the Shadowy Backstreet. Because I'm going to want to have a lot more primary red and green sources. Oh, Foundation Breaker is probably what I want here. I do like Pillage the Bog. Maybe I just run that. Pillage is pretty nice when you got a lot of mana. But Foundation Breaker as a disenchant creature, which I don't have yet. Now I'll just take that. And then I'm just going to hate Teferi because I'm not putting Vengevine in my deck here. I don't have any way to discard it or no Malevolent Rumbles, none of that stuff. Right now, this is 16 land plus Generous Ent and Once Upon a Time. Pretty good. I think I want White of the Reliquary, and getting to sack one of the mana dorks to get a Cradle is like okay. It would be nice if I had more token making. I guess this was the pack with Grist, I think. Oh, Through the Breach came back. I do have Atraxa and now Crabomination. I mean, and Through the Breach and Atraxa is really nice. All right, I will take that. Oh, Oliphant came back. What a gift. Pass a Cannoneer and a Shadow Spear, sure. Okay, I do need to... Oh, now that the Anime Dead's also looking kind of nice with those two. The problem with Hogak is I don't have any ways to discard it. All right, take the Nethergoyf, even though this deck actually would have played Survival of the Fittest, funnily enough. All right, let's go to deck building. All right, we only need to cut one card. Wow, efficient drafting. Didn't end up with too many playables. I hated a few cards, just so you know. It's not the best Shieldred deck. Maybe I just cut that. That could be easy enough. I think Crab is a little better, partially because of Breach, partially because I'd rather just have my double black card being a little more expensive is good because by the time I'm casting a double black card, I probably have a decent amount of mana out, and I don't have any way to force them to draw cards. So yeah, Shieldred is a good card, but I also have a lot of non-green elves here, or non-black elves. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut Shieldred. The other option is Foundation Breaker, or I could cut Avacyn's Pilgrim, but I kind of don't want to cut a Mana Dork. All right, nobody on my team is playing artifacts, like the artifact deck, so I think I want the Foundation Breaker, in which case I do think the Shieldred's the cut, because this leaves me at 15 land plus Once Upon a Time and 2 land cyclers, so basically 17 land plus Once Upon a Time. So, let's see. So in terms of basics, I do need a basic plains, I think, because I have Huatli. I'm not going to play a basic island. I don't need that. And I need a basic swamp. Do I need 2 swamps? Let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black sources. That's probably fine because I also have birds, Delighted Halfling when it comes to Atraxa. It doesn't help with Covenant or Crab, and Huatli. Okay, and that leaves 2 red probably is what I would want, and then 3 green. Well, we'll just see if that's enough green. Let's see, 3, 4, 5 turn 1 green sources, and then, but then an additional 1, well, kind of 1 with Once Upon a Time, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, so 9 green plus Cradle and Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I do want another forest. And that means I'm going to cut Spire Bluff Canal or Mountain. The only reason to play Spire Bluff is that I could hardcast Atraxa sometimes. I can't search for that land. Well, no, I can search with white. That's actually not completely... Oh, and Mycospawn. Yeah, okay, I gotta play at least one land that produces blue. I'm just going to cut the Mountain, I think. I can't get my second red off of Huatli, but I don't think that matters. How many red do I have? I think I have enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not tons of untapped stuff for Lumberjack, but I think that should be fine. All right, let's do it. Put a couple lands in the sideboard, as one does. Let's get in there. All right, well, good news is my team has some nice ones. Luis Salvato's got a Mox Emerald, Mox Ruby mono red deck. It looks awesome, splashing just Othari. Oh yeah, Fable, Death Creator's Champion, a bunch of good burn. Looks great. And then Sandy has a mono white deck with a Pearl and a Soul Ring. He did get past the Pearl, so they have a piece of power too, but this is sweet. Ocelot Pride, Giver of Runes. I mean, whatever. He's playing 23 white cards, so. You right there, Jewel Dog? All right, she was reverse sneezing. I went over and helped. If you actually cover one of the dog's nostrils while they're reverse sneezing, it does help them, and I'm not 100% sure why, but if you ever had your dog making weird grunting noises, you could try it. Yeah, Sandy's got a bunch of white cards. You know what they are. And then Ick has a nice one too. Strip Mine with Crop Rotation, Reclaimer, Expedition Map, Ramunap, Tracker, Courser, Satyr Wayfinder. This is cool. Primeval Titan. And then splashing Bomba, cutting the other 2 red cards. But all right, we got some nice decks. A lot of power. Well, at least 2 of the people on our team have a bunch. And me and Ick have some nice green ramp decks. Let's see how this goes. All right, the monkey has arrived. Let's go ahead and play first. There we go. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Turn 1. I'm going to play birds. And the reason is I would like to play Crack Bloodstained Mire and then play Fanatic and Halfling. And I guess there's a decent chance I'm going to crack Mire for a red land, but ooh, interesting. If I didn't have such a good hand, I would fire off the 4th Eorlingus. But I think here, should I get Swamp? No, you know what? I'm just going to get Stomping Ground. And then play Fanatic and Delighted Halfling. Actually, I should have played in the other order because of days. But if I didn't have Minsk and Boo in hand, I would have just used 4th for 1 and start drawing cards. But I can play an uncounterable Minsk and Boo next turn. And unless I get hemmed, this feels like it's just going to be an incredible hand. I mean, oh, look at this. So this is uncounterable Minsk and Boo. See if it doesn't get Bitter Triumphed in response. Nice. +1. 3 counters on Boo. Tap for 4 green, play Huatli. And I'll get a Plains. And then a Smash for 4 here. Let's see. I even get to play Commercial District. Unbelievable. What is this hand? For not having a piece of power, this is about as bust as it can be. Next turn I can cast 4th Eorlingus for let's see, for 8. Yeah. This is a turn 4 kill on the play. I can't get, a Wrath doesn't do anything because I still have a Minsk and Boo plus a 4th Eorlingus next turn. Killing Minsk and Boo doesn't do anything. If Mandraman combos, then that's one thing. Yeah, Barrow-Goyf, probably not going to do it here. I don't care if they know I have 4th Eorlingus here. Let's tap this for about 1 million mana. Cast this for 7, so I can't get dazed. And then put 3 counters on Minsk and Boo. And attack with everything. And I think that's got to be lethal. I didn't really count. Barrow-Goyf absorbs a bunch of damage and gains a bunch of life, but I think that's still probably lethal. Yep. All right. That was a pretty good game. For me. All right. Playing against some sort of Grixis-y Barrow-Goyf deck. I kind of just want to put in Shieldred in the dark. Man's going to have card draw in his deck. And I don't want to cut Fire Covenant. Do I want to cut Foundation Breaker? Didn't look like artifacts. I mean, could obviously change it if we go to a game 3, which we won't. Not if I draw like that. I mean, though. Also, Mandraman was on the draw, and the first play was a turn 3 Barrow-Goyf. That's not really a recipe for success. All right, this hand is the same hand -2 1-drop, so obviously a bit worse, but still quite good. And I think I lead with Commercial District. I don't really need black mana this instant, so getting Surveil seems nice. Mandraman mulligan to 6 here. Opening Marsh Flats, probably into Rafine's Tower. Oh, Cradle's not bad. All right, let's bin a land. Definitely don't want rando land here. Could use Mana Dorks, I guess. I mean, if I play Fanatic into Minsk and Boo, Are we tutoring here? Oh, firing off. This must have been a hand without any other blue sources, because cracking a fetch land to cast Brainstorm is not usually what you want to do. Dragon's Range Channeler is pretty good. All right, let's cast Fanatic Voronas. I mean, DRC can actually threaten Minsk and Boo a little bit, because I assume it's going to get Delirium somewhat quickly, though I guess we'll see. Spell Seeker for Dark Ritual. I told you, just always combo. Oh, Black. This is the last turn I can play Blackcleave Cliffs for free. So I could play Minsk and Boo here. I think I'm going to cast Sowing Mycospawn, though, instead. It's even a little awkward because next turn I could do both, but I kind of want to look for something interactive. I don't know. Let's get Shadowy Backstreet or Spire Bluff Canal. I think I'm just going to get the Surveil land here. Put that on top. All right. Oh, next turn I can... I just kind of felt like Minsk and Boo wasn't going to be enough here. Maybe I should have just played it, but next turn I'm going to get to go Minsk and Boo plus Escape the Wilds. All right, there's Dark Ritual. Let's see what the deal is here. Milling a Psychic Frog. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to be that good at this point in time. Bolus's Citadel. Yeah, always. All right, I guess Foundation Breaker's got to come back in. I'm going to keep the Shieldred in as well. No plays? Any no plays. Okay, that's a start. And doesn't have Delirium either. Oh, playing Cut Down on the Fanatic. Okay, still no Delirium, but that gives Surveil into Tendrils. All right, I was hoping for the no plays, but this is a lot worse. Turn 4 Citadel into maybe even a kill here. Dragon's Rage Channeler Citadel is pretty potent. Now do I get to take a turn? Fatal Push the Mycospawn? I guess not. In second main phase for no good reason, so... Oh, it didn't kill the Mycospawn either. Okay. Yeah, Minsk and Boo. Actually, hold on. White of the Reliquary. Guy's Cradle. Minsk and Boo. And I kind of need to kill this Dragon's Rage Channeler. Let's attack with the Mycospawn. -2. Fortunately not drawing extra cards off this, but if I live through the next turn, I'm not going to care about that. I think I just needed to kill that, because Surveil with Bolus's Citadel out is just way too much. Thassa's Oracle off the Citadel, sure. Into LED. Okay. Land. That could be it. If the top card's a land. I'm not really thinking that's going to be the case, but into Yogwill. Oh, that's just way more than lethal. All right, that'll do it. All right, so I guess I do want Foundation Breaker in, kind of. It's not like the best, but it's fine. Fire Covenant's looking kind of bad, actually. It kills Barrogoyf, though. Barrogoyf is pretty annoying. Anything else I want to cut? I don't want to cut Crab. I don't think I want to cut Breach. I don't want to cut Mycospawn. I could cut Animate Dead. He's not really killing my creatures. I'm not really killing his. So, all right, I'll cut Animate Dead. I think that's fine. All right, on the play. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mull birds into Sentinel and then hope to find some action past that, huh? Through the Breach would be a nice draw this game. Another Mana Dork would also be pretty decent. Oh, or Minsk and Boo once more. All right. Well, let's see if the turn 3 Minsk and Boo on the play is good enough again. This time I don't have the, like, busted Fanatic into casting a 4-drop play, but it still could be good. Consider milling Watery Grave, so has plenty of lands, presumably. Minsk and Boo hit for 7 next turn. I mean, that the thing, too, is if this works, like if I land the Minsk and Boo, and it looks like he doesn't have a ton of interaction. Oh, Psychic Frog is really good. Okay. Gut is also really good. How do I do this? So if I go Minsk and Boo, make a 4/4, attack with it, you can block with the frog and discard 3 cards, and that just isn't that great. What I think I want to do is gut. So what I'm going to do is map token the Sentinel to start out with. Shieldred. I'm not going to put that in the graveyard. I'm going to play gut. I'm going to attack with the Sentinel. And then I'm going to stack these triggers such that I get a map token, which I can then sack to gut. I can block and discard 4 cards to kill the Sentinel. All right, that's what he's going to do, which I think is what I would do if I were him most likely as well. You know, I think that, and then next turn I go Shieldred or Minsk and Boo, attack for a bunch. If he's attacking back with the frog, then doesn't have that many cards in hand. Goes to 16 here. I pass. This plan works out really poorly if he kills birds here, but I've seen Cut Down and Fatal Push, but if he had those, I think he would have cast them earlier. All right, take 5 from the frog. Draw a card. Steam Vents, pay the life. Okay. Shieldred or Minsk and Boo? Shieldred or Minsk and Boo, huh? It is a close one. So if I play Minsk and Boo, I'm technically attacking for 14, but I don't think that we're going to face 0 interaction. If it's a counterspell, so be it. I think Minsk and Boo is actually a better play. Maybe I shouldn't have kept Shieldred on top, but if he counters the Minsk and Boo, I'll be glad I did. If you have a kill spell, then maybe use it on the gut or something before I attack. Well, we'll see. The Mandrill Man's chilling. Paid 3 life there, so okay. Counterspell, yeah. Let's attack. I'm just gonna sack the birds. I'm kind of going all in here. No removal spell. All right. You're at 4 facing down 2 menace creatures. If I draw a black source, I can play Shieldred. The disadvantage to playing Minsk and Boo is drawing any land would cast Minsk and Boo, so maybe that should have been the tiebreaker. Could definitely see that. My hand is basically nothing. Like, none of the cards in my hand are going to do anything. Mandrill Man's got to have a pretty good thing to get out of this, though. Let's see. Basically, I think I either shouldn't have kept Shieldred on top or should have just cast it last turn. Minsk and Boo was more appealing to cast, which I think leads me to conclude I should have just not kept Shieldred on top. Oh, Spellseeker leaving a red up? Was it Firestorm or something? Firestorm would actually be sick here. Ancestral Recall? No, that can't be good. I guess a Cut Down wouldn't have done it. Yeah, looks like Gut's going to get me across the finish line, barring like a Fury or something. Turn 2 Sentinel, turn 3 Gut was pretty good draw. Even Psychic Frog eating my Sentinel. Boom, we got there. You love to see it. Alrighty, time for game 2, playing against Quiniok on 5-color midrange. A break from the normal mono red. I'm gonna snap keep this hand. It just makes so much mana. That's what these decks do. And yes, I could definitely flood out here, but turn 1 Elves, turn 2 Fnatic, turn 3 Cradle. Just, there's so many cards I could draw, like that one, that give me some pretty great openers here. Quiniok has like Swords to Plowshares, Pyrogoyf, Leovold, apparently a Smuggler's Copter. All right. Turn 2, I think I just play Sentinel here. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my god. All right, well, I am going to play Sentinel, but I just didn't like fully factor in. I could have just gone Fnatic into Cradle. Oh, no, sorry. I was still off on mana. All right. In that case, Sentinel's good. I didn't think through it long enough and almost got myself, but I think this is going to work out fine. Okay, so discard Satya because only Jund lands and Nurturing Peatland. You know, little clues like this. That's their, they don't have great mana. So here, I don't need Cradle mana for much. The question is, do I use Shadowy Backstreet before the map token? I don't think so. I'm going to map token here, draw Forest. And I can attack, play Birds, and Fnatic. I think I'm just going to do that, actually. I think I will play the Cradle, though, because then I can also crack the clue or crack the thing. So, well, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so let's attack for 4 here. Cradle math, huh? I haven't played with Cradle in a bit. I'm just chilling. All right, birds, Fanatic, and then I'm going to map the Sentinel because I want the Fanatic to tap for the most damage. Once Upon a Time. I will not put that in my graveyard, actually. I have enough mana that I could find and cast, I think, even like an Atroxa. Is that right? I think it's pretty close. Oh, yeah, with Fanatic, I could definitely do that. All right, Copter coming in again. And again, Quinniac played Beseju and Nurturing Peatland, not lands you would typically play if you had other lands to play. So even after hitting with Copter, might not have found too many lands. Might not even have blue for Leovold. Not that Leovold's looking amazing here. Okay, could have played Leovold's. Probably like Pyrogoyfing or Swordsing. Something like that. Leyline Binding on the Sentinel. Yeah. Okay, so let's just tap this for 3 mana and cast Once Upon a Time and then go from there. Ugh, my 2 good cards were Minsc and Boon Animated. I can't get Once Upon a Time. I already have a Surveil land, so I think I'm just going to do that. Halfling. All right. I'm going to keep the Fanatic back to block Endurance, I think. Now I just need to draw 4 Theorlingus, Atroxa, Escape the Wilds. Any of those would be fantastic. Okay. Copter's hitting me. Yeah. I mean, I drew Cast Once Upon a Time, Surveilled, and kind of missed on all of them, so I do need to find something here. The Smuggler's Copter is currently hitting for quite a bit of damage. Okay, Tarmogoyf, that's not too scary. And I guess I can get the Surveil land off the bottom with this, so sure. I don't have any flashback cards to play. All right, let's just pass the turn. Hopefully we get a little bit of action here soon. I think if my top card's an action spell, I might be fine. I mean, 4 Theorlingus wins me the game just immediately, right? I can make so many tokens, 6, 10 tokens, yeah. So that one's obviously great. Atroxa comes pretty close. Getting to cast Atroxa, still have 8 mana left afterwards is also pretty sick. But there's also a lot of cards like Gut or something, which would be okay, but definitely wouldn't like win me the game. Drawing a card off Peatland, all right. I mean, Quinn's found lands because the Smuggler's Copter, so the mana shortage is over. I've had a lot more mana than my opponent, but basically I drew a Sentinel, which then got bindinged, and then I drew Once Upon a Time, which whiffed, and since then I've drawn lands, which is definitely the risk with this hand. It's, as I said. All right, Nadu doesn't really do anything from my side. I guess it would make Fire Covenant a less good draw, but I'm going to be at low enough life that Fire Covenant's already not that great of a draw. Before deciding whether to block with birds or not, let's crack Mire. Get Commercial District. See if I know what's coming. All right. I'm just going to take it. I can chump next turn. Yeah, all right. I don't think that's going to do the trick here. Orcish Lumberjack. Do I want Shieldred? Not really. Fracture Identity would be nice in this matchup, but I just don't think it's very castable. Honestly, I think our deck is fine the way it is. All right, game 2. I'm on the play. I've got a keepable hand. All right, Once Upon a Time to find a 1-drop. It's the worst 1-drop, but wow, it's really the worst 1-drop. I think I'm just going to get Stomping Grounds. Generous Ent can't get white. None of these lands get white. Well, white gets white, as it were. I am probably going to want to animate a Generous Ent on turn 2. Turn on cycle. Turn 2 animate. In that case, Let's actually take the White of the Reliquary. I think that's fine. Because I'm going to get a land off the generous Ent, so I'll have a play to make regardless. Hex Drinker, all right. I kind of think I get Commercial District too. Let's see. Okay, draw. Oh, Fire Covenant is a pretty nice one. Let's Animate Dead the Generous Ent anyways. And play Commercial District next turn, and then I can Fire Covenant on 3 maybe. Especially with an Ent in play, Quinniac might not be dumping a bunch of mana into Hex Drinker. So it's possible that the Fire Covenant can still catch it, because it will get pro instance. Okay. It's like I kind of want Quinniac to level up Hex Drinker. What was that? Paying life? Oh, Bitter Triumph, sure. Yeah, that's okay. White of the Reliquary. Oh, I do an untapped red here. This is actually, I think, going to work out okay. Obviously, I have something here. I don't think they've specifically seen Fire Covenant. I think Quinn was more likely to play a creature than level Hex Drinker, though. Now I'll just do this now. It's fine. I don't love it, but you just can't let the Hex Drinker survive for too long, or you end up just getting completely boned. Okay, this is pretty nice. Now I can go White of the Reliquary, Llanowar Elves, Commercial District. Do not want Through the Breach. What a great surveil. And I can't get white immediately off White of the Reliquary, but what I can do is cast Escape and set up Fourth Earlingus the next turn. Oh, is this like a Leovold? Oh, Nadu with the boots? The boots with the spurs? All right. Well, I'm going to have to count on Fourth Earlingus to win this game, I suppose. Oh, these are some interesting cards. Land. I can't cast anything else right now, but I can cast Pilgrim and then pass the turn. And I'm going to use the White of the Reliquary to turn probably Llanowar Elves into Gaia's Cradle end of turn. All right, don't hit lands. As always with Nadu, you don't want to hit lands. All right, Paw Patch Recruit. So that's another 1-drop creature that can get not Lava Spur Bootst. Hit a land. It's so bad. Every land is just like another activation, as we've seen with Nadu across history, right? All right, miss on land here. Hit Noble Hierarch. Okay. Land in hand? No, maybe not. So what am I going to cast next turn? I can't cast all of them, but I can cast a bunch of this stuff. All right. White, sack Elves. Good Guy's Cradle. Draw. So I have start right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Cradle goes up to 9. I kind of want, can I crab and Atraxa? So if I had natural order for Atraxa, if I find an untapped black, I can crab. It seems better than playing gut. All right, let's start with getting Atraxa, I suppose. I could get Foundation Breaker for Lava Spur Boots, but no, we're here to win the game. This can also just find Foundation Breaker. It's got like above a 50% chance. Yeah, so now a creature in a land. This is the worst Atraxa I've ever seen. Really funny. All right, well, I will take Foundation Breaker. I guess I will take Bloodstained Mire. So I could cast Foundation Breaker. I could evoke it, actually. Let's see. I don't think just Bloodstained Mire gets an untapped black. Yeah, it does not. Okay, I thought that was the case. So I guess I'm not casting Crab this turn, which means I could cast Gut. So how are we doing this? I guess I could evoke Foundation Breaker, kill the Lava Spur Boots, sack Foundation Breaker, to White of the Reliquary. Get Blackcleave Cliffs, because I'm also going to get Proving Ground here if I want. Yeah, seems fine. And then, yes, I would like to use the ability. And then Gut, Shadowy Backstreet, get that out of here. Pass the turn. All right. That seemed like a pretty good sequence. And then next turn I have just a massive fourth Earlingus is kind of the idea. What do they have? Noble Hierarch is the card that we know about in hand. I don't care about that too much. And my board is obviously such a problem that Quinn's going to have to do something there. All right, I'm math is for blockers here. Math is for the people who don't have fourth Earlingus in hand. All right, fourth Earlingus for 10. Attack with everything, including the White of the Reliquary. And I even get to sacrifice this food token to make another attacker. All right, so Quinniac can lifelink, indestructible and lifelink on Nadu, lifelink on that, taking 24 and gaining like not enough to not die, I don't think. Oh, invoking endurance? Oh, to make White of the Reliquary smaller. Yeah, that didn't matter. All right. Ooh, going to game 3 here. Well, Oath of Druids? I don't think I want to do that. I would just oath into a creature too often is kind of the problem there. All right, let's just go for a fast draw here. Let's see. Oh, this hand is so perfect with any forest. Mulligan that. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep this hand. I guess I'm going to put Oliphant back, because I can go turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Blackcleave Cliffs, and then maybe cycle Oliphant there, but I could just keep these lands in hand. I don't know. All right, Once Upon a Time. See if we can get a little action. Delighted Halfling and Huatley. I'm just going to get the Delighted Halfling and then play turn 1 Elvish Mystic and turn 2 Blackcleave Cliffs Halfling White, and just again in the situation of having a bunch of mana and hopefully something good to do with it. Tapped. Yes. Don't kill my elf. Nice. All right, so let's go Delighted Halfling, Blackcleave Cliffs, White of the Reliquary. And then I even have an Avacyn's Pilgrim. So next turn, I have a lot of mana. Oh, Swords the White. Wow, didn't Swords the Elvish Mystic, but I guess, yeah, no, that's fair. I have another 1-drop elf in hand. Totally legit. Okay. Commercial District, let's go. I'd really hate seeing that because I can't keep it there, but I also would have liked to draw it at some point later in the game. All right, well, again, this is like exactly like game 1. And if I can find a spell that does something, then I'll be in good shape. I think I have to kill the Lava Spur Boots right now, because otherwise you could just play Nadu and that would be a disaster. All right, I have 8 mana now, and I could cast Atraxa. I have blue off Halfling, white off Pilgrim. So Natural Order, Atraxa are both busted draws. Bloodbraid Challenger. All right, that hit a Tarmogoyf. Milling 5 lands, or putting 5 lands on the bottom. Ugh. Yeah, not likely to win this game. All right. Draw. Oh, never mind. We became likely to win this game. Natural Order. I think I just sack Foundation Breaker anyway. Into Atraxa. Creature, Planeswalker, Sorcery, and Land. Okay, that's a little better. So, Sorcery, Planeswalker, Land, I guess I'll just take Bloodstained Mire. And Creature, I have 4 mana. If I had Cradle, I could go get it. Stupid. See, told you seeing Cradle was terrible. I guess I'm just casting Minsk and Boo this turn, actually. So, what would be the best follow-up to that? I don't know. It all sounds worse than casting Minsk and Boo mostly. And there's a Escape to the Wilds coming next turn. I kind of think it might just be Mycospawn, because I can cast that to kill a land next turn, which is pretty good. Here, I'll make it an uncounterable Minsk and Boo. And put 3 counters on that and pass. And if Quinn kills one of my creatures and can kill Minsk and Boo, then that's fine. I have so much to spend my mana on. I want to be making the most relevant plays possible here. Bitter Triumph, the Atraxa. They both have to attack Minsk and Boo, which is nice. All right. It's down. Yep. And Smuggler's a Copter. Okay. So if I escape, if I'd Cradle my deck, this would be so good. What a beating. I guess I can't cast Escape and kick Mycospawn in the same turn. I still kind of want to play Mycospawn first. It's kind of expensive. All right. And I think it's just the Tri-land. Seems like that's going to be the best here. I guess we'll get a Shadowy Backstreet. Lumberjack. Nope, we don't need that one. Birds. Mire. No more Surveil lands. And I don't think I want to attack with the Minsk and Boo, because they can. It's just attacking for 2, because they can all just block with Arwen. Okay, that was an unfortunate draw for me. I mean, could have had it last turn too. Could use Arwen here. Could use Smuggler's Copter. I'm going to block the Bloodbraid Challenger with Sowing Mycospawn, I think. And take 9. I could double block Tarmogoyf and force the Arwen usage. I don't think I like that very much. I think I'm just going to throw away a Pilgrim for some lives. All right. And can't... Oh, there's the Catchery Charm. So can flash back the Challenger. Okay. But let's get Stomping Ground, because I think Proving Ground's better in deck. Do the Breach is kind of a bust here. Escape to the Wilds. Oliphant? Oliphant is not bad. I can't cast Fanatic and Oliphant. And just play land. Oop, no, I don't want to play Fanatic. Yeah, I'm getting outpowered here by Quinn's combination of cards. So it goes, you know. Here comes an Oliphant. And pass the turn once more. The Arwen is just such a problem here. Yeah, Swords, Bitter Triumph. Yeah, it's just a good combination of stuff. I mean, if I draw a 4th Year Lingus, I could still win. This is going to be a Bloodbraid Challenger, I guess. Okay, let's hope this whiffs. It hit Selfless Spirit. That's a really weird card. Okay. Can't use Arwen here, which is nice. I assume Quinn could have a land in hand, but I would have played it before attacking. So let's see. If I just take a bunch of damage here, I could attack back for a lot. Yeah, oh, could draw into a land off Copter, of course. I'm just going to take it here. Go to 7, and I'm just going to draw 4th Year Lingus. That's just going to be my plan. Oh, Animate Dead? Yes, yes, yes. Where's that Atraxa? Thank you very much. I am going to draw 4th Year Lingus. What do you know? What do you know? I actually think this will be, if assuming it's not the literal bottom card, All right, Fourth Eorlingus, Fire Covenant, Crabomination, Plains. All right. Land, and if I Fourth Eorlingus, let's see, for 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's got to be enough. It doesn't have lifelink over there. Oh, what a card, Fourth Eorlingus. Fourth Eorlingus for 9. Attack with everything, so that's 18, 24. Hold on, it's 18, 24, 30 points of trample, and you've got 13 blockers. So yeah, that looks like -3 to me. These all have trample. So boom, there we go, 2-0. Oof, you love to see it. Alrighty, time for round 3. 2-0 start. You like to see it, and I'm gonna keep this. I'm playing against Reanimator, so I'm probably not going to discard a Trox on turn 1. It is tempting. Let's see what we draw. Drew a Huatli. Yeah, it's just so slow, and Slate has Reanimate in their deck. I just don't think discarding a Troxa against an opponent who has Reanimate in their deck is a good idea. If I was playing against like Mono Red or something, I would probably just discard a Troxa turn 1, turn 2 land, turn 3 a Troxa, but I don't think I can afford to do that here. All right, land 2, and I was really hoping to draw a 1-drop on turn 1, as normal. That's not really a shocker. Oh, Guy's Cradle, nice. That's a horrible draw. It's okay. I'm just gonna go turn 3 Huatli, pretty unassuming start, but I have a pretty strong follow-up. Turn 3 Talisman, no land. Okay. That is definitely beatable. Orcish Lumberjack would have been so good earlier. I don't think I can spend 3 mana on it though, especially like playing Lumberjack instead of Huatli, especially since I guess I'll get Plains. It's kind of close. I have a Lumberjack in hand, so that's obviously a little different. Oh, they did have Mystical Tutor. I kind of thought they did when they tanked on turn 1. And they're getting Entomb. I don't like it. Getting reanimated here. Anyways, Lumberjack against a blue-black deck is a little dicier too, because they can counter or kill a lot of the stuff you cast. All right, Itali. Shallowgrave. That's beatable. Hit Avacyn's Pilgrim and Deep Cavern Bat? Sure. Spending 2 cards to put a Pilgrim and a Deep Cavern Bat into play just isn't that bad for me. Can take a Troxa, I guess, but I still have plenty of game past that. I mean, probably do have to take a Troxa, because I guess you could take Through the Breach, but that's a little bit riskier. Okay. It could definitely be worse here. Like, I think the Itali staying in play permanently would have been a lot more troubling. Take 7, going down to 13. Draw. Nothing in the graveyard yet. What am I doing this turn? Do I care about flipping that? I think I'm going to go Lumberjack. Gut. And at this point, the Lumberjack isn't that useful, so let's just do this and then sack the Lumberjack. Totally fine if Slade wants to double block. And then next turn, I'm threatening to do a bunch more of that. I even have an Animate Dead if something dies. And of course, if that Deep Cavern Bat dies, I get my Troxa back. So, let's see. Gonna need something decent here, especially if Entomb Itali Shallowgrave was like the big finish with... Oh, Slade even used a 3rd card on it, Mystical Tutor. So yeah, that really wasn't too bad. Obviously, the high end of Itali is a lot better. Like, Slade hit a 1-drop and a 2-drop. That's not really what you're looking to do. Oh, am I getting Collective Brutality? See you later, Gut. Or maybe the Skeleton, honestly. Probably better to kill the Skeleton than the Gut because I have Animate Dead. And then I'm going to discard the Through the Breach that isn't really doing much for me either. I think is probably the idea here. All right, Gut is dead. Through the Breach is gone. And Slade has counter mana up, tapped the Avacyn's Pilgrim, discarded a Mind Twist, which is funny. So I'm kind of assuming my Animate Dead is going to get countered here. All right, let's do things slightly differently. Send for 6, and I'm just going to flip Huatli. Red, and colorless here. And if that doesn't work, so be it. All right, into 2 tokens, then Shadowy Backstreet, Bending of Swamp. All right, feeling pretty good about this. Because I still have Animate Dead for Gut. I also have millions of mana, so if I ever draw a 4th Year Lingus, then that's just game. That's just always true. That's why you take 4th Year Lingus. Just when that card is in your deck, past a certain point, if you draw it, you just win the game. Okay, Preacher. Oh, Crabomination? Oh yeah, we're doing that. All right. Let's go Crab. Let's see what's up. What you got for me? Urza or Collective Brutality? All right, let's cast Urza. Seems pretty good. I could have Collective Brutality to get the Atroxa back, but I can't cast Atroxa right now, which is unfortunate. So, whereas Urza, I can actually spin. That's sick. Into Natural Order. What do I have left to get? What's my second best Natural Order target? Yeah, Foundation Breaker's fine. I don't have a dinosaur to get with Huatli, unfortunately. I also have a Sentinel, but I'm going to sack the Dino. I could get Sentinel, but I feel like I have enough action here. Let's just get Foundation Breaker and kill the Talisman. That's got to be way stronger. And then I will send with the Skeleton token here and trade for Preacher. I assume. I mean, we're just kind of dominating here. Dominating on all fronts. Like, just they have nothing in play. A looter? Yeah, a looter's not going to do it. I guess the bat does get to get in there. I mean, I can get a gut back here. Oh, this is just over by so much. No dinosaur. All right, Animate Dead on gut. I mean, is this lethal already? Block crab, block dinosaur, take 8. I mean, they already know about the Minsk and Boo, so why not? Oh, they're done playing. Playing against Reanimator. I mean, these blue cards would be good. I just don't really think I want to run them. My man is very, very Jund-centric. Fire Covenant, I think, is totally fine. Yeah, all right. It's worked so far. Let's get in there. All right. Oh, yeah, we are keeping this one lander. Mire into Stomping Ground, and then I'm going to draw Gaia's Cradle. Ooh. Mana Crypt is scary. Turn on Preacher. That's pretty good. I think if I draw Gaia's Cradle, I will still have a really good shot this game. If I draw a normal land, I think this could actually still be pretty good. If I don't draw a land, then yes, this hand could have some issues. But I don't have very many hands that are good against turn 1 Mana Crypt, you know. Forest Birds then. Let's run that. Turn 2. I guess turn 2 I play Fanatic plus another 1-drop. It's probably going to be my plan here. Jeez, okay. Oh, wow. Slade did that before attacking, so now it doesn't draw a card off the Preacher. Oof. That was quite a bad play. I could have cracked Mire to take damage to lower my life against the Preacher, but because being tied is bad, but the Mana Crypt made me not want to do that, and then Talisman to not be tied after winning the flip. Really an incredible sequence, to be honest. All right, what do we got? That's the Stomping Ground I was going to go get. I guess I don't need to sack Mire yet. Let's go. Oh, that's not what I want to play. I want to play Fanatic of Ronis and Avacyn's Pilgrim. And hope I draw something that can deal with Preacher, which I don't have much. Oh man, if I drew Fire Covenant, I would definitely be in great shape here. I would take a bunch of damage, but I would go to 11. I'm going to 11 here, and then I would take another 7. How do we tackle the vampire token? What's going on here? Is it Mystic Confluence or Venser my Fanatic? Yeah, all right. Take a bunch of damage and then draw a little natural order. A Sowing Mycospawn. You know, that's actually not too bad. Let's go Bloodstained Mire. Let's crack this. Let's take 1. I think I just get Swamp. Humble Swamp. And then cast Mycospawn. Venturing the Fanatic was a little bit aggressive as well. And then cast Elvish Mystic. And then cast Foundation Breaker. And I'm going to kill the Mana Crypt, I think. I'm not really worried about life totals here. And this gives me a bunch of blockers. Blue-black. It's like a Malcolm or something. Oh, Brazen Bar on the Foundation Breaker. Okay. So now I can double block Preacher and take 7 to 2. Or I can block Venser. Oh, we'll see if Venser attacks, actually. Ooh, this last card. I mean, I'm losing. Oh, I see. So now I guess I should block something. All right, I go to 2 here. I don't think killing the 1/1 really matters too much. Not a whole lot of outs here. You know, Crabomination, Through the Breach Crabomination is kind of the real deal. Well, the real deal insofar as if I cast it, then if I hit really good, I could win. Let's get an Atali. Let's go. Grab you, ship it. But Atali's not enough. I need to also hit really hard. Urza, I'm at 2. Okay. Guess that's not good enough. All right, well, turn 1 land, Mana Crypt, Preacher on the play. I'm going to lose to that a lot. Let's get back in there and play for the 3-0. All right, I'm on the play here. And I will keep this hand. The question actually is, what do I play on turn 1? I think it's actually Proving Ground, because that way I can play a turn 2 White of the Reliquary. If I play turn 1 Forest Mystic, I can't do that. No Mana Crypt, please. Okay, that does not appear to be a Mana Crypt. Okay, I need to not draw too many more lands, but White into Commercial District / sack Elvish Mystic is kind of nice. Guess the only reason it didn't come to play turn 1 is it didn't have a play to make. Am I getting Mind Twisted? Yeah, I guess so. Got my only 2 spells also. All right. All right. All right, it's Commercial District. And I drew the Atroxa. Cool, 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 cool. Sure, hit for 3. Well, there goes that. I guess, you know, getting Mind Twisted turn 2 for 3 and then drawing a Atroxa Natural Order. It's really something. If I draw a creature that I can sack to White of the Reliquary, I don't mind it. I mean, it's not the best Urza deck in the world, so... Oh no, plus another play into Deep Cavern Pit on my Atroxa, yeah. All right, any Fire Covenants? Any Fire Covenants or Sowing Mycospawns? All right, Once Upon a Time, I guess, is a play. There's the Mycospawn. It's not really going to do anything here at this point, I guess. And waiting, I guess I couldn't actually cast it with the Spire Bluff next turn anyway. I'm just going to get Lumberjack. I'm going to play it and play Spire Bluff. Attack with the White of the Reliquary. You can't block there, come on. Slade's made a lot of interesting plays this match. That would take the cake. I don't think I want to deal an additional point of damage here. No. I could deal one more, and with a Mana Crypt in play, that's not nothing. But I think keeping back Urza and the Construct is probably worth it. All right, lost the flip. I bet you know which card I'm looking to draw. It's Fourth Earlingus. What I'm going to do is end of turn sack the Lumberjack. I'm going to get Shadowy Backstreet. And I'm just going to hope to draw something good next turn. That's going to be my plan. I've gotten like 3 for 1 on Mana Crypt. Basically 2 for 1 or on Man Twist. 2 for 1 on Mana Crypt because it taps for 2 mana. 2 for 1 on Bat. And then Urza's a 2 for 1. So I'm down a lot of cards. Slade has 11 cards to my 6. And it's tapping 5 mana. Oh. I assume I'm going to lose. Oh, we're using Urza. Okay. Hit Swamp. All right, that's about as good as it could have gone for me. Up to and including Slade not having a better play than spinning Urza, which is not like spinning Urza is a bad play, but, you know, it does mean that none of the cards in hand are better than an Urza activation, at least to play this turn. You could have a card that you just didn't want, that would be really good, that you just didn't want to play this turn, but what one card? I mean, a Minsk and Boo would also be pretty nice here. So we've got, yeah, a couple good draws here. Let's see if we can, one of those can materialize. Okay, and I assume the Bat's attacking, and that's about it. Because I don't think you're going to be blocking with the Bat. All right, take 1. And sack Lumberjack. Shadowy Backstreet. Okay, Escape to the Wilds. Definitely a card I'm interested in. Let's see what we hit here. Okay, I hit a bunch of stuff. No lands, but I'm at 19, and next turn I can Fire Covenant and Minsk and Boo. Oh, Baleful Mastery. And I didn't draw a land off that either. Urgh. Land would have been really nice. Well, next turn casting Fire Covenant is pretty good. A land would have been so sick because then I could have played an elf too. Now I'm going to cast, I guess I'll cast Fire Covenant and 2 elves and my Minsk will be gone. Unless I draw Gaia's Cradle. Actually, I think that still doesn't do it. Yeah, I just needed to draw 1 land. The Generous Ent not being a land was pretty painful there. But we'll see how this goes. Liliana, sure. It doesn't matter too much. I take 4. No, I take 2. Okay. Oh, is this Venser? Oh man, I really need to draw a land then. Yeah. What are we gonna do, right? It's fine. I'll lose to Venser. I don't think I'm winning by casting the other spells anyway, so. I mean, I guess I get it back. That's something. Maybe I should have not killed the Urza. You know, maybe that would have been the better play. Yeah, I can't play my land or Liliana makes me discard it. Well, we'll see. Kind of feel like I can't win here, so maybe I think actually casting it for 4 was fine. Or casting it for the full amount. Because in Urza, if I leave Urza alive and they don't have Venser and they just spin Urza, it's just pretty bad for me, so I don't really know what I can do here, but I think that looks like a Collective Brutality to me, so I think I am pretty dead here. Spinning Urza first. Sure, why not? Hit Mystical Tutor. Which isn't like the worst, but obviously still fine. Make sure next turn you draw whatever expensive spell. Oh, Remand? Sure. Sack a creature. I'm at 10 here. I guess I'll block. Take 5. Take 4, go to 6. Fire Covenant. Yeah. I thought that was a Collective Brutality. All right, well, I feel like we got Mana Crypted out. But you know what? 2-1, pretty reasonable. This deck was good. It was just a fine green ramp deck, no power. I'm totally happy to go 2-1. Had some sweet games, and hopefully my team gets across the finish line. We were tied 4-4 going into that match. But that'll do it for today. I appreciate you hanging out, and you know what? I wish we hadn't gotten Mana Crypted quite so hard that game, but or that match. But I'll have to be satisfied with the 2-1. All right, that'll do it for today. I look forward to drafting again tomorrow, and I hope you're there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.